Looking for something to read? Well, these are the books that I've written. Hop on down to the description to find the Amazon links for all 4 of them, and keep your eyes open for more in the future. With that said, on to the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and this just came out of nowhere. Legendary has uploaded our first very brief teaser of the next MonsterVerse movie, and in doing so revealed not only the title, but also our first look at who the new opponent will be. So first off, the title. It looks like the movie, which up to this point we've been calling Godzilla and Kong, is now going to officially be known as Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. The X is a curious choice. That was actually the popular substitute for verses during Toho's Millennium series. That's where you got the titles like Godzilla X Megaguirus, Godzilla X Mechagodzilla, Godzilla X Mothra, X Mechagodzilla, Tokyo SOS. It was a pretty common thing during the Millennium series, is the point. Although, over here in America, a lot of people associate it with fan fiction that's built around shipping. I don't think that's the direction it's gonna go. At least I certainly hope not. But anyway, the title is Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. I think the X is meant to imply that they're going to officially be teaming up. As for that next portion, the New Empire, well, I mean, the last movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, ended by establishing the 2 different kingdoms, if you will, of the 2 title monsters. Godzilla basically continues patrolling the world above, keeping the Titans and humanity in line, while Kong now rules in the Hollow Earth, as in the actual core of the planet, and will basically live out his days there and, as I speculated, return to the surface if Godzilla needs him. And, well, I think we're going to see that play out in this movie, especially since there's a new opponent who looks like he's going to be causing trouble for both of them. What we get is a shot of this thing sitting on a throne and surrounded by skeletons, including the skeletons of members of the Godzilla and Kong species, thereby establishing that this particular creature is a threat dangerous enough to oppose both of these guys and actually have a shot at beating them. The curious thing, though, is who that opponent is. As you can see, we don't get the clearest look at him because he's cast in silhouette, but this thing is clearly another primate, though it's not a Kong. That's the interesting thing. We've seen enough examples of Kong species in both the movies and the prequel comics to know that the Kongs are based on gorillas. Even though they are humanoid, they've got the bulk and the proportions of a gorilla. This guy, however, again, despite being a primate, has completely different proportions. He's got longer limbs, like an orangutan or a spider monkey. He's got shaggier hair. His face is slightly different, what little we see of it at the very end. And interestingly, his eyes glow blue, like Godzilla has been known to do in the more recent movies. That's interesting. It could just be for dramatic effect, but normally in these movies, when the monsters start glowing, that's a pretty good sign that they have some sort of internal power that's about to become very much external. So, who knows what this thing will be capable of? Now, if this is the main opponent, that does put quite a few fan theories in jeopardy at best, if it doesn't outright debunk them. I have seen plenty of people speculating that the next opponent of the MonsterVerse was either going to be Destroya or Space Godzilla, for various reasons. It was said that Space Godzilla was teased in certain concept art for Godzilla vs. Kong, or that Destroya is bound to show up because they use the Oxygen Destroyer in King of the Monsters, or I've even heard that there was a completely different creature teased in the Call of Duty crossover with the MonsterVerse, where if you go around, you look at the cave paintings, you'll see a creature that hasn't technically appeared in the movies yet, and people were thinking maybe that thing is going to be the new opponent. And it might show up, sure, but at this point it looks like this new primate creature is going to be the main opponent. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I am a little bit surprised that of all the things they could have gone with as an opponent who can take both Godzilla and Kong at once and have a chance of beating them, I mean, it's a little weird that they went with another kind of primate. Granted, there might be a lot of details we're not seeing that make it a little bit different, but it does feel a little bit weird that's what they would go with. But at the same time, this is literally the first we've seen or heard of anything regarding this movie other than the plot synopsis that felt like it was very similar to the plot synopsis for Godzilla vs. Kong, so can't really make any snap judgments about it just yet. It could be that this opponent does turn out to be the best possible opponent, and he might not even be the only opponent. The title, again, is The New Empire, and he's sitting on a throne. It could be that, similar to King Ghidorah, he can command other titans, which could be very interesting if that's what it actually winds up being. And if not other titans, then maybe other smaller monsters. So who knows? We might be surprised by what this particular creature has in store. But anyway, that's about all I can say about it at this point, because the teaser is incredibly short. It hardly gives anything away, but what little it does show is certainly intriguing. And now we just wait for next year to come along when the movie is scheduled to be released. And that's all I have to say at the moment. So what are your guys' thoughts? Go ahead, hop down to the comments and let me know what you think. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see us keep doing what we're doing, you might consider doing all the usual YouTube things, as well as hopping down to the description to find links to DeviantArt, Patreon, Twitter, and links for the different books in the Tales from the Omni Vault universe. Your support is naturally appreciated. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.